at my workstation. This is day 9 working from home. I lost track of what day of quarantine, although I don't know if you have to restart counting from when you went out to the grocery store. But we went to the grocery store on Saturday and stocked up for 2 weeks, so we wouldn't have to keep going out. I'm in my basement. If you see stuff behind me, I'm working from my basement. It's kind of chilly down here. That's why I wear a hoodie. I think that it's the dead of winter until I go upstairs and look out the window. But I am an introvert, but I think that I miss at least minimal interaction with people. At least I have my kids and husband and my mom, and I have friends that I text every day. I have my writing, but sometimes I think that I need more. But I need to count it a blessing that we are safe as long as we're at home. This pandemic is real, folks. It's real. It's Saturday, April the 4th, and I am out here on a trail in Harding Park with my kids. We just needed to get out of the house, so.
I skipped it up the rock.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that these trees have downed the trail. Oh, Charity, we're not going to move those giant trees. Look at this. Look at this. How are we going to move this? Look at this big thing.
Just pick it up and pull it.
Let me, excuse me, let me go get my bulldozer.
Mom, not that tree, this tree.
I don't think we're going to move that tree.
Try to skip this.
What in the world? Oh, you skipped it! Your feet are soaked, aren't they? Hi!
So with our side today, we're doing mixed vegetables. I got a mixed vegetable melody. It's cauliflower and broccoli frozen. We usually don't put it in a microwave. We usually do, but sometimes we don't. It could be microwave. It's one of those steam fresh, whatever. But I'm gonna put it on the stove. I did some ranch McCormick Ranch seasoning. Unfortunately, I threw the bottle away in the trash, so I'm not going to dig in there because it's not practicing proper cleanliness. And I put butter and olive oil just to kind of hopefully crisp this up. I'm going to cook it to taste. So once you get the taste you like, then you're good to go.
Are you working on your schoolwork?
If you say so.
What are you working on? Social studies? While you're watching Beauty and the Beast. That's not how we do schoolwork.
Live action wasn't on Disney Plus and it's not on Netflix.
So why are you watching it during schoolwork?
I can listen.
Oh, I don't think so. Where is Jack? He's taking his morning sleep. He doesn't want to be bothered, right? Okay, yeah, I bothered him. He doesn't want to be bothered. Wow, he's glaring. Okay, I'll leave you alone. There he goes.
Your eyebrows are? Oh yeah, they're completely off. Missing.
Your eyebrows are wearing off?
It felt like
Look at it.
when I was putting that in, it felt Mom.
Look at that. That is hail. What the heck is happening? Can't make this stuff up. Oh my God. All right, it is really, really bad out. Like that's ridiculous. I have not seen hail like this. I don't know when.
Should we bring everything?
What do you mean bring everything in? What do you mean? That's like covering our backyard.
Hey bro, we're getting ready to go shopping. Just thought I'd pump it up a little bit. Hold on, it's getting the good part.
I am the shadow and the smoke in your eyes. I am the ghost that hides in the night.
So, JW, I'm sitting here with you today, and I was wondering what you feel or how you're feeling about this entire quarantine that we are under.
It's over. It should be over. I'm tired of it. I understand, but I understand the whole quarantine part, but I'm tired of staying home and not being able to talk to my friends. And on top of that, being grounded sucks. And when you talk to your family about it, they're like, you have us to talk to. But in your mind, you're like, I talk to you every day. So I don't really want to have the same conversation every day.
So, do you think that school is easier doing from home,
No.
or do you, no?
No,
Why not?
there's no learning. There's the environment. There's not enough. It's just the environment you're in. There's no positivity. There's no negativity. There's no teaching. You have to. What's it called? It's just so complicated because you don't know if they have it on Classroom or on their website. and you have to do class after another, and then you have to go to papers, write the questions out, and write it all over, write the answers. And by the time you're done writing the questions, you don't know the answers.
So, do you think that you learn better in the classroom, or do you think you learn better as self-taught?
In the classroom.
Okay.
Because it's not self-taught when they're not teaching us anything.
Okay. So, what's one piece of thing that, or what's one thing that you think that you'll take away from this entire experience?
Quarantine.
Yes, like.
No, that's what I would take away. Quarantine.
Okay. Do you think, like, when you're telling your future kids, what's one thing that you'll tell them that is positive, and then what's one thing that you'll tell them that was negative about it?
We survived it. The negative thing is it was a whole bomb threat. We all were, captured and held by German slaves.
But that didn't really happen.
You're supposed to make it dramatic.
So that they think that happened? Is that why?
Yeah, so they can go and say, my dad survived Kurunka.
Okay. All right. So, I think that's all I have for you today. Thank you.
Epic.
All right. I'm here with my oldest, Charity. Charity, how do you feel about this whole entire quarantine thing that's going on?
Piece of crap.
Okay. So, how do you feel about the schooling? Like, do you like being, doing schooling at home?
No.
What is it about it that you don't like?
What I don't like is that the teacher's not right in front of you to teach you what you really need to know, instead of just have to go on like YouTube for helping, and it gets really confusing about the teacher.
So would you say that you learn better at home or in a classroom with a teacher?
In the classroom with the teacher.
What is it about this quarantine that you don't like the most?
What I don't like is just that you're limited on going out some places, and there's fun places for families to go, like for example, a park, amusement park, or anything. Like it's like you can't go out without doing like a family time activity.
So you hate being cooped in the house?
Pretty much.
So, if you were to sit down and tell this story to your future kids or grandkids, what's one positive thing that you can take away from this?
I don't know.
You don't know? What's one negative?
Don't know.
You don't know, you just don't like it.
No.
Is there anything that you would like to tell future you about this time?
Don't be lazy.
Don't be lazy. Okay, well, that's all that Charity has to say on this. I'm here with my husband, Josh, and I'm gonna ask him a couple of questions regarding this whole entire quarantine. Josh, what are your thoughts on this quarantine that we're having?
Where do I start? I'm not going to rant like I want to, like I usually do. My thoughts on the quarantine is because the fear of what it could have done might have been the big drive of what we've done as the United States. But besides going off on that, I hope during this time families drew closer to each other. I hope they realize there's things to do besides, always going out and shopping and stuff like that. I don't know. I mean, I love my kids. I love my family. I would do anything to protect them. And when there's not much I can do and I feel helpless, I get frustrated. But overall, I love my family, and it's been different being home with them every day. It's been different to be working at home every day. But overall, I hope everybody realizes there's hope in other areas of life besides just technology, going shopping in malls. I hope people found hope in higher power. Those who probably don't pray, maybe prayed a little bit more today, praying more now than they have before. Maybe they're praying every night with their family to protect them.
I hope everybody realizes we're going to get through this. This is tough and trying, especially for younger generation because they're not around their friends and stuff. But people my age, your age, we're adults and we have to approach it differently. We have to be stronger. And you know what? This is just something that we need to look at as a growing method of our life, as a learning curve of our life. Maybe search our hearts and souls to see what we need to change, what we need to do going forward. One thing I will say it has done, it actually has helped people to realize that they need to wash their hands and not touch their face and use hand sanitizer, because to be honest with you, we probably could avoid the flu and all other diseases if people would do that and not do with the things they do on the outside.
So about working at home, do you prefer working at home or do you prefer going out every day to a job?
I be honest with you, I'm 50-50 on it. I mean, the kind of work I do is okay at home, but I like going out because I'm the kind of person who likes to get out and about. So going to work and being able to work at a place where we're around co-workers, I think it's motivating to the co-workers to be a little bit better with each other. I have nothing wrong. I mean, I admire those who get to work at home. And great, good, if you love it, that's great. But I think also being at work and being a work environment, you have friends there, and then you help each other. And I think it's a hopeful thing to be working with people. And besides being working at home, now I mean, if they pay me more to work at home, then I'm not going to argue. But I'm a person that likes to be out, probably around people. If I can be encouragement, I think it's a little bit more encouraging and helpful to know that your coworker right beside you is working hard and putting their effort in, and it helps them too.
So one thing I did ask the kids was, what's one thing positive and then one thing negative that you would tell, your grandkids if you were to tell them about this time?
The positive thing is that hopefully the positive thing I can say is that we're seeing across our country, and hopefully when grandkids come, which I haven't really wished for grandkids yet, when grandkids come, I hope they see the positive part of innovation, that we as American people, put our minds together. We can create things, we can build things, we can do things, that we don't need to depend on other countries in every aspect of our business. Yes, we gotta have that trade. We gotta depend on each other in certain parts. But we need to be the leader on the field as America. We need to bring forth the innovation. I mean, we got people making masks, and it's taking a process of places getting people making masks, people making ventilators, people making hand sanitizers. That should just show you we can make that stuff. And that the positive thing is, if you see those businesses doing that, you as a young kid or a grandchild or something, you can live the American dream, because these people that are doing this are living the dream. They got together and said, hey, let's do this stuff. Let's make this stuff ourselves. Let's provide for us. So there's ways you can do that. And that's the positive part of it, that we as Americans could hopefully go forth and
was there anything negative that you see in all of this?
The fear that people have. I'm hoping the positive in America's life outweighs the fear that American people have. We have, and this is nothing against, I'm not trying to create a negative outlook on politics or completely on news media. But we've created a fear among a generation that I personally fear the future of my kids, because we are so scared of what can happen. We don't realize that in 1917 or 1918, the Spanish flu almost wiped out, if I'm not mistaken, 150 million people. And they didn't have the technology they had today. They didn't know what it was. People don't realize in the history of the Black Death, what it did, in the history of that plagues, what some of these things have done. We are growing, and we are developing, we are growing as a country. We need to think positive. We need to have hope among ourselves and stop fearing. My challenge to the young people is stop living in fear and stop believing in hope. Be hopeful. To help other people to get past the fear of this coronavirus and COVID-19, wherever you want to call it, is bring hope to people, bring light to their life. Go buy a senior citizen's home that you know and drop them off a bag of groceries, or do something that will bring you joy besides sitting at home and watching the news media. And I'm talking about all channels and looking at the news media on social media. My challenge is to every person, here's my challenge. Buy a bag of groceries and take it to someone you know, or someone in need. Get a hold of somebody. Get a hold of the ambulance. Go take it to the medical department. You know, our frontliners, the people that are sacrificing, the nurses and the doctors and the EMTs and the police officers, and then our National Guard are putting their life on the line. This will be a perfect time for I challenge is, instead of living in fear, the negative part of it, bring positive by buying that bag of groceries and taking it. Start feeding people. We need to feed people. We need to help people. People are struggling. There's people who don't have a paycheck, haven't had a paycheck in 6 weeks, because they're 4 weeks or 5 weeks because they're waiting for unemployment. And we need to bring that positivity to overrule the fear. We need to give positivity back. And I think it's the only hope we have.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Started a journal recently because it's just not being able to process. Usually I'm able to process as I go about my daily schedule, but between this pandemic and between the part where I found out that someone I really care about isn't doing so well, and just a couple other things, it's been hard to process. And I know that there are others out there who are still, who are struggling. Even if you never had a history of depression or anxiety before this, or you think that you didn't, it's starting to wear on you now. It's really hard for me to put into words. I'm not a public speaker. I do better at writing because I sit there and I think every single word through as I write. Sometimes they come slowly, and sometimes it's so fast I can't keep up. But it's just hard, It really is. And as each day passes, you wonder if normal exists anymore, or what normal even is. And I think that I keep thinking in the back of my mind, wondering if my dad were alive, how he would process it and how he would look at it. He was my mentor. I really looked up to him to a large degree because he, I don't know, he was a deep thinker like I was, and I try to imagine what he would say to me. So I have these dialogues in my head. Anyways, I'm gonna end this video of memories right here. I tried to piece together bits and pieces of pictures and videos and the thoughts from my family, what they think of this. I don't know how much longer this is gonna go on, but today is April 23rd. They canceled school for the rest of the year. They canceled my son's wrestling states at the Cavelli Center. They canceled the spring sports for the school. They have tentative dates for graduation. I don't know. It's kind of scary. There's a lot of uncertainty. And I want to be able to look back at this and see, you know, what was going on. Besides, the heck is happening with my hair today? Good night. Anyways, I hope you enjoy this, and peace.